Since the day of time, regretting the time you lost. It's empty and cold without you here. Too many people to wake over. I see my vision burn. I feel my memories fade with time, but I'm too young to worry. The streets we travel
Hi guys, so good evening and welcome back to my magical world. You know me na guys, diba? So, yeah, I am, um, I'm frostbite, ano ba? So, hello guys, oh, wait, that's actually wait lang, I will check. Okay, never mind that, but, just never mind. Okay, so currently it's 10:09 in the evening and today is July 18, 2023. Okay, so um it's been a long time, right, since we are doing since I started this channel. You and me, syempre. So because together we made it out alive at this point of time, right? So congratulations to you if you're still alive. I know that you have already surpassed a lot of challenges in life, problems, um, bad thoughts, bad patterns. I mean, um, what do you call this? Habits that are not good for you, probably. And now you are completely like uh, changing, constantly changing to the betterment of yourself and maybe your surroundings, right? So we've already grow so much for the past few years. As you can see, you may check all my videos. I look I look pretty much like shit when I speak, like in my previous videos, even when you checked it. So yeah, so we're going to continue reading again. I mean, we're trying our best to really finish this, diba? So I have a lot of things in my head, in my mind, that I wanted to like um I don't know, to figure already, but it's not yet the time. So right now I need to like process it and somehow ground myself and relax myself with the upcoming events, cause I don't know, it will be a little bit crazy what will happen for the next couple of months, because I told you that there will be a lot of decision making that I will make again. I don't like it, but yeah, our life is our everyday life is made up of a lot of decisions. So I really hope that we are headed on the right path or direction. Yun. So, trust na lang, guys. You trust your own journey. Ganon. We have a different roles to play in this world, in this realm, in this reality. Okay? So, I have noticed, like, guys, when I psycho people, I'm not a psychologist, but since I'm highly intuitive, so things like that. So, when I certain person, like, I don't like it already. So like they give me such a vibe or such a feeling that we're going to clash or that I can't trust them. So I am really in tune. I am really so in tune, attuned, whatever tuning to that. Um, and my gut is always right. So I really trust myself really nowadays more than ever. It's always been like that talaga ever since. So I have gained a lot of knowledge about that. So, yun nga. No, I've noticed that the people that really, I really don't actually like them, or I don't want to involve in their lives or their businesses. But at some point, they are intrigued with my life. They always ask me a lot of questions, personal, So, I don't like, I don't like spilling shit, right? If I don't trust you, I guarantee you that you won't even realize who I really am. So that kind. So what kind of lifestyle I have. So those things. What kind of people I have and I trust. So things like that. So I'm just like just a little bit crazy that the people that I really don't actually want to get involved with, they really attract. They are kind of like, it's like I'm magnetized. So that's just a minute. Let's go back na. Ayoko na talaga magchichika sa inyo. Kayo ha, sumusobra na kayo. So, let's start. So, the preparation of food, again, page 114 and 115. If I say that already, it's okay. So, ganun talaga, guys. Okay, minsan kailangan natin paulit-ulit. Ganon, di ba? So the preparation of food is developed in history according to the same principles as all other flow activities. So first, people took advantage of the opportunities for action, and as a result of attending carefully, they were able to make finer and finer distinctions between the properties of foodstuffs. So they discovered that salt preserves meats and eggs are good for coating and binding, and that garlic, although harsh tasting by itself, has medicinal properties and it is used judicially imparts subtle flavors to a variety of dishes. So once aware of these properties, so saglit lang guys, ayusin ko lang yung camera. Yan. Okay na. Okay na ata, no? So, once aware of these properties, people could experiment with them and then develop rules for putting together the various substances in the most pleasing combinations. We had this kind of like experiment way back in college. We use a lot of garlic. So, basta guys, ganun. So, these rules become the various cuisines. Their variety provides a good illustration of the almost infinite range of flow experiences that can be evoked with a relatively limited number of edible ingredients. So much of this culinary creativity was sparked by the jaded palates of Prince, referring to Cyrus and the Great who ruled Persia about 25 centuries ago. So Xenophon writes with perhaps a touch of exaggeration, men travel over the whole earth in the service of the king of Persia, looking to find out what may be pleasant for him to drink. And 10,000 men are always contriving something nice for him to eat. So, but experimentation with food was by no means confined to the ruling classes. Peasant women in Eastern Europe, for instance, were not judged to be ready for marriage unless they had learned to cook a different soup for each day of the year. It's crazy, right? The role of women before. So, they are on their feminine side, but they are not in control. So I don't know what kind of perk is that. Really, the world is changing nowadays. So it's really, we are now in a different, reality. So in our culture, despite the recent spotlight on gourmet cuisine, many people still barely notice what they put in their mouths, thereby missing a potentially rich source of enjoyment. One must begin by paying attention to what one eats. It is astonishing as well as discouraging when guests swallow lovingly prepared food without any sign of having noticed its virtues. So, what a waste of rare experience is reflected in that sensitivity. Developing a discriminating palate, like any other skill, requires the investment of psychic energy. But the energy invested is returned many times over in a more complex experience. So, the individuals who really enjoy eating develop with time an interest in a particular cuisine and get to know its history and its peculiarities. They learn to cook. They learn to cook in that idiom, not just a single dishes, but entire meals that reproduce the culinary ambience of the region. If they specialize in Middle Eastern food, they know how to make the best hummus, where to find the best tahini or the freshest eggplant. So I'm not really aware of what kind of meal is that, or like cuisine. So tahini and hummus, I'm not sure. So if their predilection includes the foods of Venice, they learn what kind of sausage goes best with polenta and what kind of shrimp is the best substitute for Campi. Scampi, I'm not sure. So, like all other sources of flow related to bodily skills like sport, sex, and aesthetic visual experiences, the cultivation of taste only leads to enjoyment if one takes control of the activity. As long as one strives to become a gourmet or a connoisseur of wines because it is in the in thing. Wait lang. Wait lang guys. Hi guys, so ayan, we're going to continue. Nakatulog na ako guys, OMG. So it's 12:13 in the morning. Yan, sabihin ko lang yung hour. So I already fallen asleep. Yun. Tapos, yun lang guys. Let's go back na. So as long as one strives to become a gourmet or a connoisseur, I don't know how to pronounce that guys, of wines, because it is the in thing to do, striving to master an externally imposed challenge, then taste may easily turn sour. But a cultivated palate provides many opportunities for flow if one approaches eating and cooking in a spirit of adventure and curiosity, exploring the potentials of food for the sake saan na ba yun? Wait lang. I am lost. Wait lang guys. For the sake of the experience rather than as showcase for one's expertise. The other danger in becoming involved with culinary delights, and here again the parallels with sex are obvious, is that they can become addictive. It is not by chance that gluttony and lechery were included among the seven deadly sins. So the fathers of the church well understood that infatuation with the pleasures of the flesh could easily drain psychic energy away from other goals. The Puritans' mistrust of enjoyment is grounded in the reasonable fear that given a taste of what they are genetically programmed to desire, people will want more of it and will take time away from the necessary routines of everyday life in order to satisfy their craving. But repression is not the way to virtue. When people restrain themselves out of fear, their lives are by necessity diminished. They become rigid and defensive, and their self stops growing. Only through freely chosen discipline can life be enjoyed and still kept within the bounds of reason. If a person learns to control his instinctual desires, not because he has to, but because he wants to, he can enjoy himself without becoming addicted. A fanatical devotee of food is just as boring to himself and to others as the ascetic who refuses to indulge his taste. Between these two extremes, there is quite a bit of room for improving the quality of life. In the metaphorical language of several religions, the body is called the temple of God or the vessel of God, imagery to which even an atheist should be able to relate. The integrated cells and organs that make up the human organisms are instrument that allows us to get in touch with the rest of the universe. The body is like a probe full of sensitive devices that tries to obtain what information it can from the awesome riches of space. It is through the body that we are related to one another and to the rest of the world. While this connection itself may be quite obvious, what we tend to forget is how enjoyable it can be. Okay, so ayan, midnight evening or done guys. So uh nakakaloka, nakatulog na ako kanina. I am not like this before, but since I think I'm usually, 'di ba, I came from work and then when I go home, actually it's not so tiring. But right now I don't know, my body is like maybe adjusting onto things. That's why it needs more rest. Like something like that, guys. So I don't know. Or maybe I'm just thinking a lot of things. That's why it it kind of like make me tired physically. So I need to stop it. I should tell my brain to stop um wanting a lot of things. It's crazy, no? So anyways, guys, thank you for listening to my videos. Yeah, thank you for helping me make this world a better place for all of us and for the future generation. Ayan, to my friends, and to everyone who's watching, I want you to just pray for my father. He has been um, in the hospital for like a week now. So I don't know. So yeah. So nasabi ko lang yun. Just so you know. Maybe he could you can include him in your prayers too. So yan lang naman guys. There's nothing much left to say. Although I know you know that I have a lot of things to say, but it's late.
I found you here, now please just stay